Hey y'all, this is Gail. I'm teaching for Veterans Yoga Project, the chair yoga class. It's the Tuesday night class. Normally it's Dr. Tiffany, but I'm subbing for her today. So hope you enjoy the class. If not, come back next week with Dr. Tiffany, okay? Just a reminder, I am teaching on Wednesday Chair Tai Chi. So if you like the chair type of classes, here's another type of class to try here on the online format. Yes, I do record the class. It's only on me. You'll get a copy of the video in your follow-up email. So without anything else being said here, we're going to go to the back of the room. Well, I'm going to go to the back room where my chair's set up already. And what Dr. Tiffany does, she teaches 45 minutes of chair yoga and then comes up and does 15 minutes of guided rest and relaxation. I'm going to try to stay with that formula, if, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. But we started 3 minutes late. We're going to end exactly 3 minutes late. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to move this chair out of the way, over to the side, but I will come back up to the front of the room later on with the chair, and it's out of the window. Okay, very good. And I'm coming here to the back of the room, and I'm going to scoot way back in my chair. So the back is, I'm feeling my back in the chair or on the couch or sofa if you're doing this. And my feet, they're not like in line with my shoulders. They're a little bit wider apart. And I don't know if you can see that. My name's down there at the bottom, so I'm going, maybe you can't see my feet. But you know what? I'm going to give you lots of verbal cues, so that should work out. So I invite you to feel your feet into the floor. So what do I mean by that? It means pushing your feet into the ground to where you can kind of feel a little tightening of the top of the legs, maybe some sensation around the knees, bottoms of the feet, the calves. And again, you can do this class with shoes, in sandals, barefoot. Today I'm barefoot for whatever reason. And we're going to practice eventually the elongated breath. But first, I invite you to find your low belly and then put a hand above that. And we're going to do what's called low belly breathing. Now this sometimes is a little difficult because we're used to breathing with the chest, with the upper belly, but we're going to try, okay? So let's breathe in and imagine your belly was a balloon and you're inflating it to expand out. So here we go. Breathe in, belly out. And of course my mid belly and my chest rise also. And then exhale, contract that belly button towards your spine. Let's do that again. Breathe in, belly out. Relax those shoulders. And exhaling. One more time, just like that. Breathe in, belly out. Press those feet into the floor. And exhaling. Very good. Now relax the feet. Don't press them so strong into the ground. The pressing of the feet into the floor takes you out of, everything that you're thinking about, brings you back into your body because you're kind of feeling the sensations going on in the places in your body. So you can keep your hands here low on the belly. Or if you want to shift one to your heart center and one on your belly, that's fine, or palms up. We're going to do, it's called the extended or elongated breath. So basically, we're going to breathe in to a count of 4 and then exhale to a count of 5. Now, if you're not able to manage that, breathe however is best for you. So I'm going to clap my hands for the count of 4 and clap my hands for the count of 5. So let's begin. Breathe in, belly out. And then slowly, slowly exhale that breath out. Let's do that again. Breathe in, belly out. I can't quite make it to the 4th breath. Oh my. And then exhale slowly. One more time. One more time. Breathe in, belly out. And exhale. Very nice. From here, come away from the back of the chair, shift your body forward, and let's start with a bit of mountain breath. So when we sit here nice and tall, the knees kind of over the ankles here, that nice little right angle going on. Now, if you've got shorter legs, taller chair, you may have to have your feet on a block. Just kind of know that, okay? We're going to inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Do what you can with what you got today. And then exhale, float them down. Relax those shoulders too. Breathe in, circle, sweep arms up. And exhale. If yours doesn't look the same as mine, that's okay. Once again, breathe in, circle sweep, arms up. Beautiful. And exhale. Now keep one hand. Well, actually, we'll do that on the next time. Let's do it again. Breathe in, circle sweep, arms up. Keep one arm up. And we're going to take the other hand, either, sneak it right here beside your behind or place it back behind you. That's why we scooted up a little bit. So we're going to do side lateral flexion. Now this is my pacemaker side, so my arm doesn't reach as high as the other side. Again, you do you, right? So we're going to inhale, reach, wiggle those fingers, reach, 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 belly button tight, and then reach up and over a little bit. So getting that stretch from the armpit down to the hip. And again, breathe in. Exhale back to the beginning place. And then inhale, float it down. And wiggle those shoulders as you exhale. Let's do the other side. So inhale, circle, sweep arms up. And sneak that other arm back behind you. Now you can be on your wrist or fist, okay? And then kind of wiggle those fingers a little bit. And then we're going to inhale, reach, 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 reach. I can already feel the abdominals working here on that super tall reach. And then exhale, belly button towards the spine. Lean the side body over. This is 2 of the essential spinal movements that we need to do every day. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, float it down. Wiggle those shoulders. We're going to do that again. We're going to try to do this coordinating the breath with the movement. Now, when you coordinate breath with the movement, that helps to lower your cortisol, the stress hormone. So it's kind of like a scientific reason for doing yoga. You want to lower that stress hormone. Yes, of course. So inhale, circle, sweep arms up. Exhale, bring a hand down, back behind you, squeeze that back shoulder. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lean that side body over. Lean, 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 lean. Beautiful. Inhale, back on up. Exhale, float it down. Let's do the other side. Inhale, circle, sweep arms up. I love it. Exhale, sneak that hand back behind you. Inhaling, reaching, reaching, reaching. Exhale, lean that side body over. Ooh, kind of spicy on that side. Inhale, back on up. Exhale, float it down. Very nice. Clap the hands, rub the hands. Get some heat going on here in the palms. You can kind of go like you're squishing some Play-Doh or making meatballs. And move it into the fingers to increase circulation in those fingers, especially if you have cold hands, especially during the winter months, right? So we're going to do a little something for our upper body arms. We're going to do a little tapping. So from here, let's tap, tap, tap along the outside and then take it into the shoulder and kind of stay there at the shoulder a little bit. Flip the palm up and bring it down the inside. Go all the way to the tips of the fingers. It's about 4 different meridians in our body. Flip the hand back on over at the fingertips and then take it out to the side. Tap, tap, tap. Go into the shoulder, palm up, and bring it down. Let's do one more on this side. Here we go. Tap, 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 and up the side of the body. Bringing some warmth circulation into those upper arms. How about the whole arm? And bring it down. Clap the hands once again. Ooh, that was a loud clap. Rub those hands. And again, if you want to really get some heat going on here, get it on right here. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. And rub those fingers. Let's do the other side, shall we? We shall. So we're going to tap on the top of the fingers and go up the side. And here at the shoulders, you can do a side of the fist if you really want to kind of pound into those shoulders, your option. And then palm up, bring it down the inside. Mine makes a little noise there. And again, tap, 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 top of the fingers, bring it up the side. We do this 3 times. Take breaks when you need to, want to, know that, okay? Palm up, bring it down the inside. Clap those hands, tip of the fingers. Last time, here we go. Tip, tap, 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 tap. I was going to say tip, tip, tip. That didn't make any sense. At the shoulders, my favorite place. And then palm up, bring it on down. Woo! Clap those hands and just rub, rub, rub. Let's take an opposite hand to a shoulder with the palm of our hand and just kind of go back and forth here. Rub into that top of the shoulder complex. Sometimes when we have the arm out in the air, it gets a little challenged here. Okay, so this is giving you a little respite here. All right, let's do the other side. So move hair out of the way if that's an issue and rub, maybe the arm down to the side, rub. And if you need to have the hand to help you do this, I sometimes do on this side. I push on the bottom of my elbow to make this happen because sometimes my range of motion is very limited on this pacemaker side. So I give it a little help, but not to where it feels ouchy, okay? Very good, nice. Okay, so we did side lateral flexion, which was the, reaching up side to side movement. There are 4 more essential spinal movements. So the next one is cat-cow. Today it's cat-cow. Now I'm showing you this forward, but I'm going to turn on the side of my chair. Y'all don't turn though, okay? And again, you're kind of probably noticing the right angle going on with my knees. If you're seated in the chair with your back here at the chair, you may want to scoot away from the back of the chair because we're going to curve our spine, okay? So I have my hands on my legs. Maybe I'm grabbing my kneecaps if I can reach them, or I'm grabbing the thighs here. We're going to, again, coordinate this with the breath to get that stress-less effect, okay? And I may turn my head to talk to y'all, but that's just going to have to happen. So first, we're going to do the mountain breath, which is, being with the ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, nice tall posture, whatever feels okay for you, okay? So we're going to breathe in through the nose, breathe in, belly, belly big. Very good. And as we exhale, we contract that belly button. Now my hands are on my legs. I'm going to take my elbows out to the side and hinge forward. So this is your cow part of the pose. Now, typically in cat-cow, some folks drop their chin towards their chest or lift their chin towards the sky. Now, I teach back yoga. That's a no-no in back yoga, so I don't teach it that way. If you want to do it that way, that's okay. We just keep the ears aligned with the top of the spine. So it's like your hip here is like a squeaky door hinge. So just think about the whole entire body moving forward. So here we are in, what do I call it? Cow pose. We're going to breathe in, let that belly be soft. Now contract that belly button, come back up to tall seated mountain. Now what you might observe is that we have this little pelvic tilt happening with the lower part of the body. That's the good stuff, folks, especially for lessening back pain. So I'm all about lessening the back pain. All right, we're going to go to part 2 of this cat-cow sequence. Again, coordinating the breath with the movement. So here we go. Breathe in. The belly is big. You stay here in this mountain posture. Now, hang on to those knees and curve your spine to the back of the room. Again, I don't drop my chin. I don't lift my chin. I keep the ears over the shoulders. So I got this little cat back, this little curvy back going on. It may not be showing up as really like big time curve, but I've got scoliosis, so it curves however it wants to. All right, so we're going to go back to the center. But first we breathe in, belly big. And then exhale, belly button tight as you come back to seated mountain. Now that may be where you notice that pelvic tilt. Now, since we got the kind of the mechanics of this, we're going to flow from cat to cow with the breath. I love this part because it just makes my spine feel yummy. I hope it does for you too. So first we start in mountain. Breathe in, belly big. Exhale, belly button tight. Hinge forward for that cow. My elbows are out to the side. I'm going to show this forward now. Inhale, belly big. Exhale, belly button tight. Come back to tall, seated mountain. I'm making sure I'm away from the back of the chair. Breathe in. Stay here. Belly big. Curve the spine to the back of the room. Ooh, nice little cat back going on there. Stay here. Breathe in. Exhale, contract that belly button. Come back to tall, seated mountain. Let's do one more round. So here we go. Breathe in, belly big. We stay here first, okay? And then exhale, contract, hinge forward. And I'm using my elbows to hinge me forward. Beautiful. Stay here. Breathe in, belly big. Exhale, contract that belly button. Come back to tall, seated mountain. Kind of notice your bones being on your chair. Yeah? Okay. Breathe in, belly big. Curve your spine to the back of the room. I always feel like my spine is peeling away. My muscles in my spine are peeling away from that spine. And again, breathe in, belly big. Contract that belly button. Come back to tall, seated mountain. Beautiful. All right. So again, coordinating the breath with the movement helps to lessen cortisol, lessen the stress hormone. I love it. Okay. I'm looking to see here, we need to do twists to make the 6 essential spinal movements complete. In back yoga, I teach unsupported twists, and chair yoga, let's do that today too. Again, we're away from the back of the chair. In fact, I'm going to scoot my booty forward just a little bit more. It just feels a little bit more comfortable for me. But if you like it a little bit more in the mid part of the chair, that's cool too. So if you have arms on your chair, just, be mindful that you're not going to hit your arms on your arms of your chair. I hope that makes sense. If not, just follow me. We're going to do letter W with the arms. So I'm squeezing the shoulders towards the bony spine. Well, my spine is bony. I bet you your spine is bony too. So you should feel a little bit of upper back sensation going on here. So my arm should look like a letter W. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. You probably can. Okay. So from here, what we do is we use the thoracic spine, basically kind of from the bottom of the top of the chest to the mid-belly. That's kind of your area of your thoracic discs. And we're going to let that do the twisting. So from here, breathe in. Once again, belly big, squeezing the shoulders. Now we're going to twist towards one direction. Now keep the chin aligned with the chest. You may lose the arm that's closest to me, so re-squeeze it. And again, chin aligned with the chest. Breathe in, belly big. Exhale back to heart center and relax your letter W arms. So why do we do the unsupported twist, you may ask? Well, those of us with back challenges, we don't want to hurt more. So we're going to let whatever our back naturally does do its thing. If you take an opposite hand to an outside of the leg and then you push into that hand, that cranks you maybe into a twist, maybe more than you need to. And then some folks, bring the arm up and then grab the back of the chair and twist. Twist more. Again, excessive twisting for those of us with back pain is maybe not the best thing to do. We're going to do the other side now. So go back to that letter W. I hope you all like these explanations. I'm quite wordy. Here we go. Breathe in, belly big. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those shoulders. Now twist towards the other direction. Keep that chin aligned with your chest. Now my knees tend to drop in, so I got to keep the knees like they were at the beginning of the pose. Woo! Breathe in, belly big. Re-squeeze and bring it back to the center and release. Whoop, up and down, kind of jog those shoulders up and down. And then alternate shoulder rolls here. I kind of like that. Until we have to go in the reverse direction. Go the other way. It always looks funny on me to do the reverse direction. But it feels good. So there you go. Looks funny, feels good. We haven't done anything for the lower body today. Well, don't you worry. We're going to address that here in just a skosh. And then shake it out. Let's add a little bit of energy back into the upper body. So we're going to do what we do in Chair Tai Chi. It's called Wild Goose Qigong. And basically it's fluttering the arms up. Now I'm having my angles here. I don't have them straight out to the side, but more angles. So flutter them up and down to really wiggle those wrists. That's good for lessening carpal tunnel. Now maybe you can take one to the front and one out to the side, look to the side, and then switch. My one side doesn't do as well as the other. That's okay. You may notice differences one side versus the other. Now again, bring it back to the front and to the front. Now if you can, to the side. Mine doesn't go high when I go out to the side. Now from here, bring it up to about letter T. Wiggle, hands up and down. And then turn the palms up and wiggle. Do what you can. Very good. Now you may notice some sensation going on with the arms, with the chest when you did that Wild Goose Qigong. Wild Goose flutter is what they call it also. From here, let me see. I need to scoot back a little bit so you can see this in the camera. Okay, that's better. That's a little bit better. But, okay, you'll get it in the video. So just go ahead and do some wrist circles. And reverse. Okay, so next we're going to be doing stuff for strengthening the knees, okay? So for this one, we have to scoot back into the crack of the chair. So you got your back up against the chair and everything. And so we're going to raise the leg up. We're going to flex the foot first. Woo. You may have to lift up underneath to make it feel comfortable with the chair. You may be feeling lots of stuff in the hip, in the knee. And then lower and you hover. Don't let it go down to the floor. Hover. And then point the toe. So this strengthens ligaments, muscles around the knee. Lower hover, flex the heel. Woo. Lower hover, point the toe. We'll do one more. Lower hover, flex the heel as if you're stomping on the brake. And then lower hover, point the toe, and release. Woo. Let's do the other side. So here we go. Again, knee strengtheners. Lift it up, flex that heel. Again, if you need to lift the leg to make it feel more comfortable on the chair, do so. And then lower hover, and then point that toe. And lower hover, and flex the foot. Woo. Lower hover, and point the toe. Very good. Lower hover, last set. Flex the foot. And we got to end it with a point. Lower hover, and point the toe. Very nice. Very good. Come forward a little bit. Clap the hands. Rub heat into the hands. And let's go ahead and do some palms on the knees. That little heated hands on the knees. And reverse. If you want to hit all the acupoint places, do cat claws on the knees. For me, it kind of tickles. It's a different sensation than the palms. And reverse. Very good. Next is knee swings. Very good. So I'm going to take my fingertips underneath my knee pit, lift my knee up, and basically swing the leg forward and back. Now I'm leaning back a little bit to kind of have a little bit of range of motion here. Little abdominal contraction going on here too. A little sneaky core work. A couple of more. And then release that foot down to the floor. But you know what? Let's do that same leg. Bring it up. I'm going to have my whole hand underneath and point and flex. We did do point and flex with the knees, but this is just a little bit different. Little ankle, let's see, isolation to help you have better walking gait. And then circle the feet in if you can. My whole leg wants to circle in. And reverse. Ooh. My ankle just popped. Do that little snap, crackle, pop business. And release. We got to do that same stuff on the other side. So our fingertips underneath, lean up, and what we're going to do, point and flex. Oh no, sorry, knee swings. I forgot what we were doing. Whoops. We do more than 3 things in a row. It's like, okay, what was the first thing? Okay. Breathing in and out. All right, now release the foot down to the floor, give it a little break, and then go back on up, same side, and point and flex. You may feel that sensation in the shin, the top of the ankle, the back of the ankle, top of the foot, yeah? And the ankle circles or foot circles or foot ovals in my case. And reverse. Here we go. Ooh. Let's see, this is 2024. So this is my 4th year to teach for Veterans Yoga Project. I am teaching on Christmas Day. So y'all come join me if you're available. And reverse one more time. And release it down. Very good. From here, let's just kind of heels up, heels down, calf pumps, returning blood flow from the lower extremities back into the heart. This is also a mechanism for lowering blood glucose. Those calf pumps, 10-minute walk after eating or calf pumps. You got to do a lot of calf pumps though. Very good. And you know what? We're going to do the foot sequence for Tai Chi today. So we're going to bring the inside of the ankles together, sitting up nice and tall. And so, you know, the inside of the feet are kissing, okay? And basically, you can hang onto your chair, sit up tall, and we're going to kind of go side to side with the feet. It's called the jitterbug. I'm hoping you're seeing this. And then optional that you can do is take the fists and twist the opposite direction with the upper body, just a little opposite twist. Again, ankle articulation here, isolation. And I'm warming up my chair with my bottom when I do this too. Now bring it back to the center. Now we're going to bring the heels out and the toes together. And then we're going to walk our feet out and back in. So a little independent action going on here. Also, this is like a dementia prevention yoga posture because we're using both sides of the brain to do this movement. Lots of concentration. You can't think about anything else when you're doing movements on both sides of the body at the same time. Or maybe you can, but I can't. One more, all the way in. Very good. You know what? Stomp those feet. If you can't stomp without assistance, you can stomp one with your hands. Do the other maybe. Do what you can, again, with what you got. Clap those hands. Rub those hands. Now, if you're allowed to hinge forward, I invite you to rub the outside of your legs down the seam of your pants. And if you're allowed to, the shins, the calves, the inside, underneath the other one. Very good. Now, in chair yoga, we typically do pigeon posture. I like to do the piriformis bounce first. So what we do with that, I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. We're going to take one of our legs over the ankle. So we have the knee out to the side. So we do the piriformis bounce first, which means we take the hand on the underside of the leg and bounce it towards you, and just basically you're wiggling. You're wiggling the leg in preparation for pigeon. Pigeon's often used for easing sciatica. But you know what? It's better if you kind of bounce the leg, move the leg a little bit before you go into that pigeon posture. When we do this in back yoga class, we do this either seated in the chair or lying on our back with the leg either across at the ankle or up here on top of the thigh. All right, that's enough bouncing. I'm going to scoot a little bit more forward. Now, you may be here with a crossed ankle. Some of y'all are able, though, to bring the leg on top of the other leg. Woo, might be a little spicy. What we're going to do with the top foot, we're going to point the toe towards the knee, sit up tall. Now, if you're feeling goodness going on in that behind of the leg that's on top, this is all you need to do. But if you want a little more, of course, sometimes we want a little more, right, to see what we're missing out on. Hand on the shin, hand on top of the ankle, sit up tall, kind of like we did in cat-cow. We're going to hinge forward. Woo, the spice just went up on this posture. Now think about the bottom foot and press it firmly into the floor. So you kind of do a little traction activation with the bottom leg also. A little 2 for the price of 1. Sometimes you only are moving like a half an inch or an inch forward to feel more spice, more contraction of the behind. Yeah? Breathing in and out. If it's spicy, folks, if it's spicy, listen to your breath. So what do I mean by that? So listen to the breath going in through the nostril tips. It makes a little noise when you're trying to really listen to it. And then listen to it as it goes out through the nostril tips. Why do that? It's a kind of redirection of the senses. If you're in a kind of spicy place with your yoga postures, sometimes listening to the breath allows you to stay in the posture. Sometimes, nope, it doesn't work. And in fact, let's come out of the posture, relax the foot, bounce the leg. Maybe you're bouncing it here on top of the thigh. Maybe it's bouncing here on top of the ankle. Ooh, a little bit more range of motion when it's on top of the ankle. Very good. And just kind of shake those legs, shake them side to side. Use your hands if you need to shake them, okay? Just know that, all right? And let's do the other side. So here we go. We're going to cross on the other side, establish some good, nice posture, some comfortable posture. I'm already sweating. Oh, my gosh. And then let's go ahead and bounce the leg. Again, it could be here at the ankle and you're doing the bouncing. Some folks bring it on top and bounce it. Now, there's a limited range of motion when it's on top. I like to cross it here at the ankle when we're doing the chair yoga version of this pose because there's a little bit more wiggle room going on here. Or at least in my body, there's a little bit more wiggle room. One side may be a little bit more limited than the other. This is my spicy side, so I can kind of feel some little achy things going on, but I'm hoping to soothe out those aches with the next part of our posture. All right, we're going to move it into pigeon. Now, you can do pigeon cross at the ankle and sitting up tall and hinging forward too. You're not going to get as a dynamic business going on with your hip, but you can still do ankle cross pigeon. If you want to do the leg on top, do the leg on top. Woo, you might feel spice right there. Take your toes, point them towards your knee, Sit up tall. Sometimes sitting up tall goes, hello, waking up the behind, the side behind. Now, again, if you want more, it's always if. Doesn't mean I should, maybe not. But you test it out, right? Hand on the foot, hand on the shin, elbows out, hands forward. My voice cracked. Hands forward. Woo! Do y'all feel that? I think you do. I know I do. It's like kind of digging into that side behind a little bit. It's kind of giving me a strong sensation. It's not a painful thing, but it's definitely letting me know there's stuff going on here. Now, bottom foot, press the bottom foot into the floor. That makes it a little bit more. And maybe you want to do the breath right here. And it's good to do the breath anyway. So let's breathe in. Breathe out. Again, inhaling. Make it noisy. Exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Woo, and breathe out. Come back up to a nice tall place. Relax that foot. Take that leg off. And maybe at the ankle, kind of wiggle it a little bit more. Very good. Ooh, I love the wiggle business. All right, we're going to be doing dynamically contracted warrior poses next. I love it. I hope you do too. So a couple more wiggles, wiggle, 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 and release. All right, so the way that I teach the seated warriors is I scoot over to one side a little bit, and the side that I scooted over towards, we're going to take that leg out. So what I'm trying to go for here is kind of a V or a letter L with the shape of my legs. And we're just not like placing the legs here and that's it. No, we want to go for dynamic contraction to get that bone building benefit. Naturally, we turn towards the center, yes? So I invite you to take that torso and twist it out over the leg that's forward. And you're going to feel that inner thigh stretch going on. Okay, then we're going to take our feet and press firmly into the floor. That's probably where you're feeling lots of dynamic contraction going on with the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the calves. And then bring the hands to heart center so you can kind of see is your torso twisted towards the front? And, hands to heart center will kind of let you guide that, yeah? Now, go back to letter W, arms. Squeeze the shoulders. Press the feet firmly into the floor. You should feel upper body and lower body supremely contracted, supremely lots of sensations. Don't forget to breathe. Release the shoulders, yay. Release the feet, yay. Whew. All right, we're going to bring it back to the center, bring that leg in, and then I'm going to scoot my behind over to the other side of my chair. My chair's kind of wide, so that's why I do that. Take the other leg out to the side. And again, I'm looking, are my knees dropping in? Don't let them drop in. Press firmly into the floor. Again, I'm kind of turned towards the center. Y'all notice that, right? And then I'm going to place my hands to heart center, then twist out over the leg that's pointed towards you. Now I'm firmly pressing down into my heels, into the floor. And then I'm getting this torso alignment. So there's a little twist going on here. If this does not feel comfortable, you can go ahead and twist back to the center. But try, if you can, chest over the leg in front. Now, go back to letter W. Firm feet into the floor. Squeeze these shoulders. Breathe. Might feel a little constricted because there's lots of work happening here. Woo! One more good old breath. Oh, my foot slipped. Beautiful. And relax the shoulders, relax the legs. Bring it in. Very nice. Okay. The heart rate may have really kicked up when you did that because it's very much of a cardio type of posture. Now I'm looking at my list to see what else we need to do. You know what? We need to do tree pose. So tree pose. How are we going to do tree pose seated in a chair? Well, I'm going to tell you. So you have, one foot on the floor. And then I'm going to come up on the ball of the other foot and take take my knee out to the, now I'm near the edge of my chair here. And I'm going to bring the leg that I twisted out a little bit more in towards me. So I'm vigorously pushing into the balance leg and pressing into the ball, the foot leg. And then hands to heart center. If it's available, letter W, go back to squeezy shoulders. Ooh, that's interesting feeling. Maybe you can extend them out into a letter T with keeping the squeeze of the shoulders. Very dynamic here. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold that breath. Oh my goodness, I'm shaking. Relax the shoulders, the arms, relax the legs. Release that dynamically held tension into the floor. You know what? Up and down with those feet. Maybe bring them out, bring them in. All right, we got to do the other side. So the other leg's going to be the bounce leg. So it's firm foot into the floor. I'm going to come up on the balls of the feet of the other leg, and I'm going to scoot the foot in towards me, towards the chair, and then bring it out to the side, and maybe bring it towards you a little bit more. Very good. So I got firm ball of the foot on the floor, firm other foot into the floor. So it's like you're pressing down. It feels like it's slipping away some, yeah? Back to letter W, squeezy shoulders. Okay. Woo! Upper and lower body contraction going on here. Breathe. And then, if it's available, keep the squeezy shoulders, but extend those arms out to a letter T. Now squeeze those shoulders. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press into the floor. Press, press, press. Don't forget to breathe. Oh my, oh my. Are you shaking? Yeah, I'm shaking. And relax the arms, the shoulders. Beautiful. Relax the legs. Yay. Bring that leg back on in. You know what? Clap those hands. Rub those hands. Whew. Oh my. Lean a little forward on your chair. And let's just kind of slap the waistline. Get the, let's see, the kidneys, the liver, the pancreas, the spleen. Sometimes when you do these little slap waist things, you get little air bubbles escaping, like burping, that kind of thing. Now, if you can, chest and the upper back, do it slow. Lungs, very good. Especially good for cold and flu season, yeah? Very nice. All right, from here, clap the hands once again. Rub. We're going to do a hand tapping sequence before we go into our guided rest and relaxation. So we're going to do the sides of the hands, the pinky sides, and tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. This is the different little meridians here. So this is for lessening headaches, vertigo. Now we're not whapping, we're tapping. Next is the interwebs of the thumb. So this is for digestive disorders, for nausea. So you're going to tap into that little kind of the, I don't know, a U shape. I know my mom used to like pinch inside of that to help me. I was like, Mom, stop that. And then flip it, because you know we got to do the other side. My brain just kind of farts when I flip it, because it's like, this isn't the normal way to do that. Well, okay. Do you normally do this anyway? Probably not. But yeah, it feels strange. Again, digestive disorders, nausea. Next is the interwebs of the fingers. This is for pain or numbness in the limbs. So if you have lots of rings, it's going to be noisy. Be cautious, be careful. You tap into those valleys of the fingers. Again, for pain or numbness in the limbs. And then notice which finger's on top, switch it to where the other finger's on top. And again, my brain just kind of goes, what? What? Next is going to be the back of the hand. That's for osteoarthritis, back pain. So the key to this is to cup the hand. Now, if you've got a ring, sometimes you have to cup it more over the side so you don't like hurt the top of your hand. So tap, tap, tap. Also makes your veins kind of pop out. It's good for people that need to have blood draws or IVs. Not that you wanted to know that information that I just told you. Again, osteoarthritis, back pain. Let's do the other side. Again, you're not whapping, you're gently tapping. Now I got a ring on this side, so I'm going to kind of curve it a little bit more towards the outside of the back of the hand. Mine makes a nice little noise there. So the back of the wrist is for neck and shoulder pain. So we're just going to shift it up here to the back of the wrist. Let me move my bracelets down and tap, tap, tap. Again, cup the hand, okay? Very good. Let's do the other side. I have my watch here, so I'm going to be cautious. Tap, tap, tap. Again, for the neck and shoulder pain. The next one is the inside of the elbow pits. If we can have armpits, we can have elbow pits, right? This is for easing into slumber, lessening insomnia. So you tap, or, yeah, tap, tap, tap. I always like watch it side to side. I was like, don't do that. You'll get dizzy. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Last one on the hand tapping sequence is the stress reliever, the punch in the palms. That's good for stress. And here's your cookies, right? For anxiety, improves clarity, consciousness. Now you may notice one hand makes a louder noise than the other, because we're going to switch to the other hand now. And this is one that doesn't do the same. I don't know. I don't have the same technique. Here we go. Love it. Clap the hands. We're always clapping those hands. Rub, 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 rub. Now in our Chair Tai Chi class that I teach on Wednesday, we do a lot more for the arms. We do lots of stuff for the legs. So, come check out that class, okay? Tomorrow it's Chair Tai Chi. And on Christmas Day, it'll also be Chair Tai Chi. It's instructor's choice. So that's what I'm choosing. We're going to do the big 6 next, then our guided rest and relaxation. So first we're going to thump our thymus. So find your collarbone and then go down about 2 inches and do your 3 fingers and your thumb and thump into that chest area. This is to improve your T-cell production. When we get past the age of 30, we don't have the same amount of T-cell production happening. That's for lessening colds and flus, building immunity. So we're stimulating the thymus gland here with the thump. You can do, I have one student that likes to do both, and then she likes to go, kind of like Tarzan. All right, so that's a little bonus there. So the next part is to find your collarbone, and we're going to take our fingers, kind of spread them out. I do Spock fingers though, and I rub above and below the collarbone. So this is the number 1 place for the big 6 lymphatic drainage. So think of your lymph nodes as tiny little toilets all over your body. The only way to flush those toilets is through movement. We have about 700 lymph nodes in our collarbone neck area, so it's a good area to start with. Also, toxins in the brain have to be flushed out, and the only way to get that pathway cleared is to move the lymph. So let's go over to the other side. So you can stroke across. You can also tap across. You can also softly kind of dig across. So I like to just bring it across, especially if I'm a little bit sweaty. Some folks do this in the shower with soap or lotion. It's better to do skin to skin. That way you get a better response. Some folks will go on a rebound or two to help get the toxins out of the body, out of the lymph nodes. Now we're going to take our fingers in front and behind our ears and stroke down the sides of the neck. And try to get here a little bit under that jawline too with the fingers in the front. So again, this is a big number 1 area for lymph nodes. You'll go to the doctor, and if you're sick, they'll often press into your neck to see if you have swollen glands, swollen lymph nodes, by the way. Yeah. So keep those illnesses at bay. Do this every day. Ooh, I just rhymed. I think I'm funny. I know I'm not. Yeah, I'll just latch on my own stuff. All right, now, yes, okay. We're going to take our hand and squeeze into our armpits. If you don't have an armpit, if it's poofy, that means you have some inflammation going on. Now I have my thumb here in front. I'm also kind of squeezing the pectoral muscle. You can also take the side of the fist and pound into the armpit, or cup the palm, slap into the armpit, but I like to kind of dig for gold first, yeah? And then you can check, how sweaty are you now? Well, you can tell with the armpit squeeze. Okay, and let's do the other side. So get into that. Choose your poison. Do you want to tap, tap, tap? You want to slap, slap, slap? You would just kind of dig. I like to dig. Let's see, this is number 3. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 more. All right, so find your belly button, and you're going to do the sides of the hands. Make fists or open palms or the sides of the hands, and slap your belly button, your waistline. Lots of lymph nodes hanging out here that we need to release the toilet, right? Or pounding. I like to pound. And then step your feet out. Where the leg inserts into the torso, this little crease here, the inguinal crease, lots of lymph nodes there. And just slap. I zoom more towards the top of the leg slapping. So for women, you know, they typically will get breast cancer, and they're always checking for, did the cancer go to the lymph nodes? That's the armpits. That's the pectoral muscles. For gentlemen, prostate cancer, where do they check for lymph nodes? Here in this inguinal crease. So slap it. Tap it, slap it. Very good. Walk those feet in. Now, if you get swollen feet, ankles, that kind of thing, the roadblock here is the back of the knee. So there's lots of lymph nodes in the back of the knee. So I like to take my fingers and stroke the back of the knee to begin with. So the top of the calf to the bottom of the thigh. And in that little, I'm going to walk my feet forward and do it a little bit more and hinge forward a little bit. Hope you enjoy this little different thing here that we're doing. You can also take the inside of your hand and tap in the back of the knee. I do a little stroke first, and then I'll do the tapping. Very good. Nice. All right, now we're going to do that guided rest and relaxation, and we'll do a little eye exercise after that. So I'm going to come up to the front of the room and take you through that guided rest and relaxation. So you can either get down on the floor, get on the couch, scooch back into your chair. I'm going to scooch back into my chair. Kind of move my sweaty clothes away. Of course they're sweaty. And my feet are a little wide. You can also cross at the ankles. Some folks drop their chin a little bit towards their chest. You do you, okay? So I invite you to get comfortable, whatever that might be for you, okay? So part of releasing pain, having lower pain, is to do a yoga nidra practice. So this is a very short guided rest, relaxation, yoga nidra. If you haven't checked out those practices here on Veterans Yoga Project, I advise you to do that, because that's kind of like part 2 for reducing chronic daily pain. And I invite you to either close the eyes or gaze softly at the floor. Or if you want to, keep the eyes open. That works too. But my eyes are closed at this moment. Excuse me. And I want you to notice your breath. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. I'm going to get a little sip of water as you breathe in and breathe out. Notice that you are breathing. Notice the places of the body that are moving as you inhale and moving as you exhale. Relax those shoulders down. Beautiful. I'm going to name several places in our body. And what I invite you to do also is, when I say like the right shoulder, you'll say in your brain, right shoulder, and you'll think right shoulder, and you'll shift all of your attention to your right shoulder. And then I'll move on to the next place. So this is to help lessen monkey mind, repetitive thoughts, earworms, song, music, that type of thing. Again, focus and concentration, a way to do that. So again, I invite you to shift all of your attention to your right shoulder. Again, you're going to say right shoulder, shift your attention to your right shoulder. Very good. Left shoulder. Right elbow. Left elbow. Right hand. Left hand. Right side chest. Left side chest. Upper abdominals. Navel center. Lower abdominals. Right leg. left leg, right foot, left foot. So these places that I just mentioned, in the front places of the body, just notice the air coming across the skin, how these places feel a little bit light. And then let's shift our attention to the back places of the body, starting with the back of the head, right shoulder, left shoulder, top of the spine, mid-spine, and then the lower back, right behind, left behind, back side of the right leg, back side of the left leg, the bottom of the right, the bottom of the left foot. So in the back places of the body, notice being supported by a surface beneath you, the feet, the legs, the buttocks, portions of your back. If you're lying on the floor, maybe the back of the head, those shoulders also. Notice that sensation of support, feeling heavy, feeling weighted into that sensation, into that surface of support. Now, let's contrast that to the front places of the body. The arms are light, the legs are light, the whole body light, as if you were floating up towards the sky. And then going back to the places in the back side of the body, feeling weighted, feeling supported, grounded into the surface beneath us. Contrast to the front places, feeling light. Contrast to the places in the back side of the body, feeling weighted, heavy, and grounded. Feeling light, feeling grounded. Once again, feeling light and grounded. Good. Once again, I invite you to notice your breath. Notice that you're breathing. Don't change it in any way. What does it feel like here to breathe in and to breathe out? Again, inhaling and exhaling. Now I invite you to kind of flutter those eyelashes, those eyelids, do a few little wrist circles. Come away from your back of your chair, scoot forward, knees wide. Let's do some shoulder circles to kind of lubricate the lower back here. If you want to stay rested and softened into your chair, stay there. And then reverse, go the other way. If it feels more comfortable to be in that resting place, please do so. If you want a little bit of movement, join me for a little bit of movement. And then we're going to take an opposite shoulder towards an opposite knee. And then bring it back to the center. And let's do the other side. Bring it opposite shoulder to the opposite knee. Very good. Back to the center. From here, let's place a thumb on our leg. And we're going to bring the thumb forward. Our eyes are at the top of the thumb. Your head stays still. We're going to draw a circle out to the side. So peripheral vision we're testing. Don't move that head. And bring it up, 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 up. And across. So here's a little bit of eye exercises going on here. Again, don't move that head. Let the eyeballs follow. Notice if you find the thumb disappears or not. And then rest it onto the leg. Let's do the other side. Bring the thumb up. We're going to go the other direction. So here we go. Eyeballs on the top of the thumb and draw it out to the side and up we go. This might be a little challenging for the shoulders too. It's like, ooh, a little spice going on there maybe. A little snap, crackle, pop. So we work the shoulders in a nice way on that Chair Tai Chi. One more time all the way around. I'm doing an extra one on this side because I forget to count. And nice. Okay, I'm going to scoot a little bit more forward. So we're going to do something to open up the blood flow into the brain, carotid. It's called swimming. It's called spread the feathers. If you spread those hands out like really wide here, we're going to take it out to the side. And I take my thumb and I turn it to the top of the room. So you'll get a little bicep shoulder action going on here. We take the opposite ear, drop it towards the shoulder, and then lift the chin up. Now from here, we're going to take that chin and draw a smile. So bring it down towards your chest and towards the extended arm side. And then back down towards your chest, towards the opposite ear. And release. Very nice. Let's do the other side. Spread the hands out, bring it out to the side. Now it can be a little bit lower if you like, but I just wanted to keep this on camera. Take the thumb, turn it to the back of the room. Other ear towards the other shoulder, opposite ear to the shoulder. And then lift the chin up. And then we're going to draw that smile with the chin. So bring the chin towards the chest and over towards the extended arm side. Bring it up, 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 up. And then back down towards the chin and towards the opposite side. And release. Very nice. The next one is swimming dragon. So it's range of motion in our neck and shoulders. So hands together. Now it could be parallel arms or elbows maybe dropped. Whatever is best for you, okay? So a soft push into the hands, tall posture, feet forward a little bit. We're going to breathe in, belly big. Now push hands one direction and turn your chin the other direction. Just do it to a natural stopping place. Very good. Breathe in, stay here. Exhale back to the center. Again, inhale, stay right here. Exhale over to the other side. Notice if one turns a little bit more than the other, it might. Inhale, stay here. Exhale back to the center. Let's do one more each side. So inhale, push it away. Exhale back to the center. Other side, inhale, push it away. Exhale back to the center. Very good. I'm going to rest my hands to heart center now. And I'm going to think about one thing that I'm grateful for, or at least an idea of gratitude. And whatever that might be, I'm going to kind of gather it and place it into my heart space. And if you would, maybe you can join me, dropping your chin softly towards your heart center in gratitude of just you showing up today. And again, think about that thing that you're grateful for, whatever it might be, or at least an idea of gratitude. Nice. All right. Let's bring the eyes to look forward. Now I'm going to say the traditional endings for a yoga class. I'll stop the recording and then I'll invite you all to come up on camera or audio to have some discussion. So again, the light in me honors and respects the light in you. So let's take the peace, the strength, and the understanding, that little attitude of gratitude, and let's pass it on. Namaste, which means the bright light in me honors and respects the bright light in you. This concludes our practice of chair yoga on Tuesday night here on Veterans Yoga Project. I hope you join Dr. Tiffany next week. Bye, y'all.